Welcome to this full landing page tutorial to create a $1 million landing page. In this video, I will explain you only 7 steps that will take your landing page from ordinary to a $1 million landing page. I remember driving tons of traffic from Facebook ads and Google ads, but no leads, no sales. Until we discovered this 7-step solution that changed everything. Not only that, I will also share a secret tool by which you can spy on every step of users on your landing page, and that's legal and totally free. Before I reveal my step number 1, let me ask you something. Do you remember when you saw that Facebook ad or Google ad about a product or service that was so interesting that you thought that this is something I need? After getting inspired by that offer, you ended up clicking on that ad. And when you click, you go to a page and we call that a landing page. But the first section that you see on this page, we call it above the fold section. And the first few set of words that you read here, we call it the headline. And this is our step number 1. And here we will confirm our click. Confirm the click means in our headline, we will show the users that same offer that was so convincing that it got their click. Because that's something they need. And that's what they want to see. But how do you take that ad copy from there and create a $1 million headline? And that's very simple. Here are a few examples. If the ad that you saw was about the gym membership and the message was like this, then you can put your headline something like that. Your 30-day body transformation starts here, and it will confirm the message that got the click. But if the ad was about the supplements and this is the message that you saw there, again, you can confirm it by putting this headline right there. But after confirming the click, now they know they are at the right place and they might need it, which is that first factor that we consider before buying a product or service. And that takes us to our step number 2, which is called show them proof. And you know what's something interesting about us? For deciding what's right or wrong, we like to see what other people think about that. And similarly, to make a decision about buying a product or service, we like to see what other people say about that. And this is what we are going to do here. So we have to show them proof, but in which form we are going to show that? There are 3 levels to this game and you have to go for level 3. The first level is what we see on websites in general, the written text, which is very generic and it doesn't look like if they are verified clients or not. And then we have level 2, which are video reviews, where you have your clients talking about their good experience. And then at third place, we have video reviews, but we have very specific clients. And what I mean by that, so as a service business owner, if I have to buy a service, then I would be very interested to see the reviews from other service business owners. And in the same way, if you can categorize your clients and if you can judge the demographics that buy your product or service, and then you can see, okay, this is our top demographic, this is the top profession that we have, and then you can put that video reviews over the top. That's how you are going to improve a lot of your leads and sales. So the idea here is to tell users that this product or service is rated 4.9 or 5 out of 5 stars from thousands of users across New Jersey, and they can be one of your happy customers. So far, if you find this video helpful, you need to tell me, and the best way to tell me is to subscribe, because if you subscribe, I can know that you guys are my back and I can invest more time into getting this free value for you guys. So subscribe right now so you don't forget it. So before I tell you our step number 3, do you remember when you did a favor to someone and they were very quick to return it back? Or you sent a gift to someone and they were very quick to send you one back? So that means as humans, we like to return the favor, and that's the return favor that we need here to sell our product or service. So to do that, we need to give them something free, and that is our step number 3. But what can we offer here that is free? If you're an e-commerce business, you can offer some sort of discount. But if you are a service business, that's even easier, and you can offer the free inspection, the free consultation, and like in this example, you can offer a free trial, like 3-day free trial for gym membership. But here is a very interesting study. We are more likely to take action when we are going to lose something than we are going to gain the same amount of thing. I know you don't get it, but here's my point. So for my gym membership thing, if I say that get 3-day free trial, then nobody's going to convince. But if I say don't lose your 3-day free trial, then they would be more interested towards that because they don't want to lose anything. Now they are more likely to take action because people are scared to lose. So far we have explained some 3 of the steps, but did we explain the exact path they need to take to undergo transformation? And this is our step number 4. And here comes our 3-step transformation section. In the first step, we will tell them which action they need need to take. Like it could be call us on our phone, or they can fill up the form. And in the second step, we will tell them what will happen after they do that. And in the third step, we will show them the exact transformation that they want from our product or service. Okay, so I have a very good example here. Like for one of my clients, we have this 3-step section, and the first thing we ask them to do is to book our intake. And how they can do that? They can call us, or they can fill out our quick form. And after that, we can start their care. So their evaluation and care begins, and the third step is their transformation, where they will feel better and they will enjoy peace of mind. And the similar example I have with my website as well. Like for our agency, we have 3 steps. You can schedule a free session with me where we can discuss your Google ads and landing pages, and we can audit them. And then the other thing we have, you can get the custom offer after that. So we can start building and launching your Google ads and landing pages, so you can get massive leads and sales. But before they want to start this 3-step process, they might have a lot of questions, and we will address them in our step number 5. But how we are going to do that? First thing, you need to know what are the concerns of your users. So when they want to book their service, which questions they ask, what are they most concerned about, what are the key points that they ask you about. And in fact, in this step, there are 2 ways by which we can go. Number 1 is our frequently asked questions section. In this section, you can give 8 to 10 questions which are most asked by your users, and then you can put on your landing page. And another option, which is the best, is the chat option. But when adding a chat widget to your website, make sure they are talking to a real person, because if they are talking to a bot, then there is no point of that. So you can have a chat option in 9 to 5 or whenever you or your team is available to answer their queries. In this way, if they have any concerns, you will be able to address directly by talking to them, and in the meanwhile, you can convince them to buy your product or service. But after getting all of their answers from our chat widget or FAQ section, how do we make sure that they take their action right now? So in other words, how do we make them rush towards our product or service? And that takes us to our second last step, step number 6. And we are going to do it with the help of limited availability. But how do we show them something is limited? And for that, do you remember when we had our step number 3 and I told you you have to offer something for free? And we can add a time limit here. So what was our example there? So our free thing was a free inspection, a free consultation. So what if we add a time limit there? And in our gym example, we had a message, don't miss our 3-day free trial. And we can add something here in the bracket, sports closed this week. So in this way, we have associated our step number 3, which was a free value, to a factor which is a limited availability. And why I am doing that? Because once we see something is limited, we have more importance for that thing. And if we see that there is a lot of competition for that, it increases the importance of that product or service for us. And clearly they need it, and they might lose it if they don't take any action. But is it the only way that we can apply this limited availability thing? No, there are 2 other ways that we can do that, and most people miss that completely. So if you say that my product or service tag, there is no limitation there, but there must be a feature which is only limited to your product or service. No other person offers that. Only you offer that. Second, it could be a combination of features that you only offer. And here are my examples. So for a unique feature example, we have a smartphone example that you can say the only smartphone with lifetime battery replacement included. Never pay for power again. But if you say that I don't have that one unique feature, but you have those combination of features that anybody does not have. So you can say no other gym gives you 24/7 access, free personal training, and custom meal coaching all in one plan. And in this way, you can tell that my service or my product has something which is so limited that you wouldn't find it elsewhere. So the importance for your product or service will be so high that they will eventually buy that. Now, what is our last but not the least step? And do you remember in step number 1, I told you when you saw that ad and you clicked on it, and the first section you saw was above the fold section or hero section, we say. Did I tell you a lot about that section? Because that's the first thing everyone see. No. And that's what we will do in our step number 7, because that's so important. So there is a very alarming stat I have. 50% of users leave your landing page or website before taking any action. So that means they don't scroll to see anything else. The only thing they see is your hero section. But I only told you about the headline, and here I will tell you what other things you can put here. So all the other steps that we did, they are separate sections, right? And they are the most important sections. And in this hero section, we have to give the glimpse of each of that section. So how do you do that? So we already have a headline, and here's how we can give the glimpse of our social proof here. We have to give our amazing call to action here. And about limited availability, we can also give that as a sub-headline. And not only that, for so many businesses, it is so important to have a form there on the right as well. Because if you are a service business and you offer something like an emergency service, then you need to have a form on your hero section as well, along with all these steps. In fact, the glimpse of all these steps here. And everything else we mentioned here, you will give it in detail when they scroll. But it's not finished yet. You remember I told you at the start that you can see the live recordings, and that's legal and that's totally free. And here is how you are going to do that. So this $1 million tool is called Microsoft Clarity, and it's totally free. This is not a paid promotion for Microsoft Clarity. In fact, I use this for all of my clients. It not only gives me JavaScript errors, it also gives me the bot traffic percentage, the sources from which I get traffic, and above all, the recording of when they land on our landing page or website, all the actions that they take, and the point where they leave our website. So there are multiple ways to install Microsoft Clarity on your website, but my preferred way is Google Tag Manager. No coding, no extra steps, nothing at all. The only thing you need to do is to log in on your Microsoft Clarity account and select the right account, and it will automatically link each other. And that's how you can unlock the magic of Microsoft Clarity and your $1 million landing page. I hope you like my videos, and same goes for this one. But if you really like this video, you have to subscribe. And if you want my help related to landing pages, Google Ads, you can go to scalkit.com and get free 30-minute consultation with me, just like following our step number 3. So see you in the next video. Thank you.